You really took off like a bat out of hell.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know where we're going anymore.
Fucking strap in, motherfucker!
Really? You really got fucking Adderall for a second.
All right.
Holy shit.
All right. Alright, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Everyday Whiskey. I'm Dan.
And I'm Mike.
And welcome to this oversized Texas episode. Yes, we've already had a Texas episode, but this one's even bigger.
It's a lot bigger, and that's largely in part due to this guy right here, which neither of us expected to come to this state, nor did we know it was coming to this state.
But now it's here.
And to our knowledge, I think there's only one case in this state.
To clear it up, that's 6 bottles.
Which means we have one of 6 in Jersey. I do know where the second one is, but I'm not saying that because I'm not supposed to know where it is.
I do know where the third one is, and I'm not telling you where that is either. No DMs.
But yeah, so anyway, we wanted to revisit Garrison Brothers because we got our hands on this very special bottle here. It is the Garrison Brothers Balmorhea. Balmaria. It's I know it's a lot to say.
We'll get into what the name means later in the episode when we actually get to tasting this thing. We've already done the Honeydew, as you guys saw in our honey whiskey episode.
Mm-hmm.
But Garrison Brothers, if you go on their website, you can figure this out. Started off as failures.
Yes.
But what do all great failures do?
They lead to great accomplishments.
Exactly. So what happened for them to fail? Basically what happened was Texas gets really fucking hot. So what happens when you use regular barrels is they crack, they leak, they disintegrate, and the staves break. So what did Dan do? He went back to a cooperage.
Yep.
And made him make custom barrels that were fucking bigger.
Fun fact, all that plays into part of this bottle, which is really cool.
Bigger staves. Good job, Dan. Guess what? Barrels didn't crack.
Nope.
15 years later? Pretty much the biggest Texas distillery there is.
Yeah, it's big. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas. That's what I was trying to get at with that. Bigger staves, bigger Texas, bigger whiskey.
Yeah.
That's it.
And we, as you guys have known, if you've watched the past few episodes, we have been very, very impressed with Texas. They are, I'm not saying coming out swinging, they've been out.
I think they have the most unique taste profiles of a lot of the whiskey we try. And honestly, like the Milliman Green White and Green labels, those are like really unique tasting whiskeys.
Yeah.
This has some crazy tasting notes we'll get into later. But in saying all that, no more teasing. Let's get into it. We're not going to touch on the Honeydew. If you want to learn more about Honeydew, please click on the little hyperlink up here. And we also have to do a shout out to our friend, the Whiskey Reaper.
Yes.
He just did a Balmaria review episode. Mm-hmm. So we also are going to insert his episode either up in a hyperlink or we'll put his link.
I'll put it down below.
Or I'll put it in the description. We'll put a link to his episode down in the
description.
In the description below. So check out his episode. It was an awesome review. Guy's super intelligent and is super energetic. I really liked his review. It was fun to watch.
Now, I didn't watch it yet because I didn't want any preconceived notions going into this. You know, the whole house is haunted thing.
Yeah.
However, I kind of spoiled that when I looked up some facts about this. But I'm gonna pretend I didn't see these. I have a lot of hype.
All right, we're gonna have a little bit of a Honeydew just to get this thing started, just to wet the whistle because it is only 80 proof.
And while he pours these out, please, I want you guys to do 3 things, and that is like, comment, subscribe, and you know what? Let's throw a 4th thing in there. Share this video to all of your friends and family. The more you help us get the word of whiskey out, the more words of whiskey we can give to you guys to keep spreading around the world or state.
Different words of whiskey every week.
Yes.
And we have fun and we're idiots.
This is still really good.
It's a good time to hang out and drink.
It is.
Drink with us while you're watching this.
It's Friday night. Might as well.
We definitely have to clean our glass up. I love the Honeydew. Yeah. It's not a honey whiskey. Mm-mm. It is actually bourbon that they put wild Texas honey into. So it is legitimately a bourbon.
Yes. It's not like there's honey syrup or anything like added afterwards to flavor it like you see from like Jim Beam, Jack Daniels.
Every flavored whiskey. It's not. They're not blending in liqueurs.
Yeah, it's not your regular flavored whiskey. It's just kind of in the distillation process a little bit, and it does help sweeten it up to make a very delicious summer sipper.
All right, and next, and actually, the small batch is not their flagship bourbon.
No.
So Garrison Brothers' flagship bourbon is their Cowboy, which is a pretty pricey bottle. And to be completely honest, I would have to try it again. I was not the biggest fan of it the first time around, but I've learned to love some stuff that I didn't like the first time around.
Yes.
So I'll have to get back and try that again.
We never really liked whiskey in general the first time around. And now look at us.
But here, so first bottle we're tasting. This is so the Balmaria and the small batch are gonna be fresh cracks.
Yes.
So you've got the small
Brand
batch.
new to us.
Awesome freaking bottle. This is all metal. Everything you see here is actually real metal. It's really engraved.
It's cool.
It's
I
a
love
cool
their
bottle.
packaging. Their bottles have grown on me so much.
I want to see if the cork is as hard to get back in as it is the Honeydew. Honeydew is hands
Is this
down.
one hard? Or was it just my bottle? Was
This one, it wasn't fun. It's not fun.
Oh, it's just...
All right.
Oh, no. It's a little easier.
Jackhammer. All right, so proper...
At least you know we're getting a tight seal in these bottles.
Oh, not sponsored by Garrison Brothers, 3-Chord, or Grunt Style, or Absolute.
Springfield Rifles or Grunt Style.
All right, so this has... So the small batch has that Texas nose on it, where it's like very dark fruit and like musty.
Oh, wow. I got like dark fruit right off.
I get plums. I get a lot of plum.
Yeah.
This is way more complex on the nose than I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be a very straightforward. It's all the course.
Here we go again.
The only other course
the
only other course I hate more, and I'm sorry I'm saying hate, but that does suck a little bit. But it is a tight seal, so I do like that fact.
Yeah.
Is Basil Hayden has a worse course.
Oh god.
Because you can't get your hand around it. But
no.
I'm not gonna go on a spiel with corks. I did that in the Maker's Mark episode.
I do get the mustiness.
It's musty. It's like
it's not bad.
Kind
it's
of
not
barnyardy.
bad kind of musty, you know.
But you get that with like Baby Blue. You get that with the Lineage. You get that with the white label on the Milliman Green. Has this kind of similar note, that like kind of mustiness. The triple cast Milliman Green does not have that.
No.
That's mostly Tennessee whiskey in that. Wow, that is tasty.
Jesus.
It's very light.
It's extremely light.
Why is that so light?
And it's 94 proof, or is it 84?
Garrison Brothers is located.
94.
It's actually located in Hye, Texas. And don't get your mind out of the goddamn gutter. HYE, a comma. Wow, Texas.
This is an easy sipper. I knew I needed to get a bottle of this.
Oh, and they only use 30-gallon barrels. Just so. It's a smaller batch stuff, smaller yields, but very good. I really like this.
This drinks like a $70 bottle, easily.
Good thing I paid $75.
Yeah. But this is worth every dollar.
You get nuttiness in the back end? Like honey. I get kind of honey roasted peanut in the back end.
Mm.
I get some wild turkey. I get some rare breed nuttiness to it.
Yeah, you get a lot of roasted peanut on the back end. Yeah,
this is really good. Really complex. Really nice.
You know what? I don't know if it's like roasted nut, not really peanut.
Roasted nut. Yeah, roasted nut might be a better way to put it. This has got a lot of flavor though. I really thought this was going to be kind of bland.
Yeah, no,
that was my pre-notion to it.
Almond, like a toasted almond.
Yeah, toasted almond maybe. It's sweeter. It's sweeter than a peanut.
Yeah.
I don't eat these nuts. I don't eat nuts. So I have, when I say nutty, I have a linear thought process when it comes to that.
You ever have like candied nuts, like the candied
I've had
nuts?
Yeah. I do like those.
It tastes like one of those, but like just not as sugary, obviously, because they're not coated in sugar. It's just like the roasted almond part. Like,
it's so fruity too, though. Like this is like plums and like cherries, like not cocktail cherries, but like real cherries, like pitted cherries.
This is really good.
That was awesome. I love that bottle.
All right, so next is the Coup de Grace, the Balmorhea. I'm going to go into some notes about the Balmorhea real quick, just to give you guys the rundown. So this is a twice-barreled bourbon, which is really cool. It's a standard Texas straight bourbon. In total, it's 5 years aged. So they do 4 of those years in new American white oak barrels, and then they take them out of those barrels, and for the last year, they put them back into a second round of new American white oak barrels, but only for another year. And this is a 2 times U.S. Micro Whiskey of the Year winner, and San Francisco Double Gold winner, and also Jim Murray's Choice Bourbon.
So I don't know if you remember back when we had I mentioned it in the Baby Blue episode, the Conan's episode, and I mentioned it in this episode with the Honeydew. The finalists in 2019 for that, the Jim Murray, where they got its first gold in the Jim Murray Whiskey Bible. The runner-up was Balcones Baby Blue, and this was the bottle that won.
So
This was the
really
actual bottle.
Cool that we find this came across your desk.
I agree.
In my pocket.
The next one I do want to try and get our hands on is Laguna Madre. So if anybody knows where we can get some Laguna Madre,
Garrison Brothers, we're loving your products. So real quick, I'm gonna skip the tasting notes part because I don't want.
I think we want to see our own tasting notes.
Yeah, we want to see our own first. I don't want to do the whole House is Haunted thing and get some preconceived notions.
I want that to be a saying on this show.
Yeah, the House is Haunted.
Yeah, our first merch run, we need to have something like that.
I will.
All right, continue.
No, Smoking Oak.
Smoking Oak's the first, and then Haunted House second.
Wait, no. Technically, it should be drink harder, not smarter, then Smoking Oak,
and then
that.
Yeah, then don't tell me the house is haunted when I'm drinking or something. I don't know, figure it out.
But real quick, let's just give you a history of what the hell Balmorhea means. Dan actually guessed this right. Balmorhea is a location.
Smart sometimes.
Yeah. Balmaria is a location. It's actually a swimming hole that's 40 miles south of Pecos, Texas.
Pecos?
Pecos, yeah.
Pecos, okay.
Pecos. If I'm saying that wrong, Texans, please correct me. I know you guys have a lot of Spanish influence on the names of your places, so I could be saying that completely
now you're over-explaining. Just go back into it.
Anyway, the one name, Balmaria, which is the name of that swimming hole, comes from 4 names, actually. And those 4 names are E.D. Balkin, H.R. Morrow, Joe Rea, and John.
Balmorhea.
I don't know where John comes in.
I'm assuming it's pronounced Balmorhea.
Yeah. I don't know where John comes
That's a really... I guess that's a really smart way to name a swimming hole.
Yeah.
Which we don't have a lot of those in Jersey.
There's a lot. If you go onto their website, literally just type in Garrison Brothers Balmaria, click the first link. It goes way, way, way more into depth.
How about we just go on the website and buy a bottle so you can experience what we're experiencing right now?
Yeah.
All of this awesomeness on one table.
Did these do it too? Did those have leather straps?
Yeah, they're all leather straps. This is black leather, though.
This is a brown.
I'll tell you, the attention to detail.
This is cool.
Yeah, the attention to detail on these bottles is awesome. It is so cool.
These are just leather bound straps.
That is so cool. And I wonder if you can see this on camera. Every bottle has this crazy engraving on it.
Oh, the band?
It's all real metal. And on the back, born and bred in High Texas. And these guys really are all about family and accountability. And everybody that works for Garrison Brothers is a whiskey lover.
So, you know how you mentioned something about the heat, how hot it gets there, and the barrels all that? So, a real fun fact is during the creation of this bourbon, for 2 years, they actually did age this bourbon out in the West Texas heat for 2 years. That was as long as the barrels lasted before they had to be like, oh crap, we need to get them in.
These are about to break or leak or disintegrate or burn up.
So they were aged for 2 whole years just out in that heat, and that's part of this whole thing. And I think that heat is where we're going to get a lot of that sweet notes that we're supposed to get. Anyway.
Also, one note I should have hit on when we started this. Garrison Brothers is the first legal Texas distillery ever. So Garrison Brothers is the first legal Texas distillery ever, and is the first distillery to get a Stiller's permit outside of Kentucky and or Tennessee, and this was in 2006 when they were founded. So I think that's awesome. This is really dark. Holy crap!
This is so dark. This is
a super dark
amber.
amber.
It looks like it's caramelized.
This is really oily too. It's really oily. It's literally clinging the whole glass. Okay.
We might have to do a second tasting on this because this is the neck pour, and we know how neck pours go.
Well, cheers. Wow. Clink it and sink it here.
Clink it and sink it. Oh man, it smells like cinnamon raisin.
So here's my thing though. I like the nose, but this nose to me jumped out more. This is a little more subtle.
The nose is very subtle. Despite being 114 proof, it's a very subtle nose.
I get cinnamon. It looks like? I don't get the raisins. I get cinnamon, though.
It looks like flat Coca-Cola.
It does look like flat Coke.
It just looks like flat Coca-Cola. I'm really excited for this.
Ooh. Chocolate.
Holy sh...
That's really good. I've already dropped 2 F-bombs. We're good.
Wow. Oh my god. I've never had anything like... You could taste...
Alright, so they say chocolate fudge on their website, and this is chocolate fudge.
Alright.
This is chocolate fudge. Seriously.
So, I'm going to read for you what they say this is supposed to taste
candy,
like.
Dude, this is crazy.
This bourbon is actually noted for being bourbon candy, and by God, it is bourbon candy.
It is candy. This is candy, man.
So they say fudgesicle bars.
I get fudge. I don't fudgesicle bars. I feel like
Whatever. Yeah.
I feel like it's an over explanation.
Yeah.
But go with homemade fudge.
Amaretto coffee.
I'm not getting the amaretto.
Okay, I get the amaretto. Sticky buns, which is
The
just
cinnamon.
Sweet,
I feel like that's a cinnamon, maybe.
Cinnamony. And then pecan brittle. Or pecan.
I definitely get
from
pecan. I get pecan. Yeah, for sure.
This is candy.
So obviously that's a very over explanation. But just to simplify it, pecan, fudge, and cinnamon is probably what you're gonna get out of this. It's 114 proof, but it's very, very subtle. Nose is very subtle. It drinks very subtle.
I would never guess this is 100.
I would say I would have said blindfolded. I would have said this is over 100 proof, but 114 I would have said would have been stretching it. But that 114 definitely milks all the flavor you can get out of this.
I'm actually glad we didn't do this blindfolded because this would have been way too easy. The honey you could easily identify.
Yeah, well, that's why we did
this one. These two we wouldn't have known because they were both new to us. But I feel like after tasting them, we would have friggin' been able to.
You ever notice they do the star in the top of the bottle? Too?
Yeah.
Yeah, every top of your cork has the Texas star in it.
This is really freaking good.
Like I said, this distillery,
well worth the $40.
Yeah.
No, guys, it's actually like $175 bottle, but I had a ton of gift cards.
This is your most expensive bottle you own, correct?
No. My pappy, I think, was.
I think that's worth more than your pappy. 10-year. I think you enjoy that more.
I enjoy it more. Monetary speaking, the pappy's the most.
Yeah.
Actually, no, the Weller. No, the full proof isn't either because we got that for $60. It might be one of the most expensive ones. I know I have something ridiculously priced, and I think it was just my pappy, honestly.
But this, so all the hype behind this bottle, whiskey of the year, it's real. It's a real. There's no real good way to say it besides this thing kicks ass. It really does.
This medal.
Yeah, the whole thing is you always this is when this thing walks in a room, it's just that's what happens.
It just lays its big old dick out there.
with being good YouTube boys, things drop when it walks into a room. All right.
This is It does. This is a fucking whiskey and a half.
This is a whiskey, and this is if you pictured Texas whiskey, and as much as I love Balcones, this is Texas bourbon.
This is amazing.
This is
definitely.
And we're real here. We don't pull punches.
This is my top 3.
Yeah.
This might be my number 1.
This is my top 3. I'm not saying number 1.
I don't know.
We'll do a whole episode where we rank our favorite whiskeys.
Yeah.
And we'll do that. But
it definitely beats Angel's Envy out.
Yeah, it's top 3 regardless for me.
The only reason I would say that this is significantly better, the only reason I would rank Angel's Envy above this is for the sheer fact of availability. Yeah. I could buy Angel's Envy. Not that you could buy Angel's Envy that easy, because even that's becoming allocated now. But
it's better than it was.
I could buy it easier than I could buy this.
Yeah.
But holy crap! If you somehow see this on a shelf, which I guarantee you're not going to see it on the shelf,
this is a phone call situation.
Yeah. Get it.
Or in your case, a text.
Get it. I would pay full price for this.
So if you watched it live, Mike was questioning what bottle he should buy for
$100,
$100 to $200. His question was answered. This is a bottle that he got,
and I have no regret, no regrets.
There you go, no regrets. Not even a letter.
Nope.
But all right, so to pretty much end this was just our straightforward review of Garrison's Core.
Oh my God, that's so good.
The whiskeys that they do make, I'll literally go down the list real fast. You need to take that off the fucking list season. So obviously you have your small batch, you have your Honeydew. They make their single barrel.
Yep.
Balmaria. You have your Cowboy, and you have your Laguna Madre. And they also make a boot flask, which is their pints.
Yeah.
Which is a legitimate old school Cowboy boot flask. It's pretty cool.
I want it.
All I'm going to say here is thank you, Garrison Brothers, for what you do.
This
is amazing.
God, why do people go nuts for Buffalo Trace products? I'm sorry,
it's stuff
this.
It's stuff like this that gives me extreme faith in the future of the whiskey industry.
This just goes to show you don't need to spend $2 G's on a single bottle.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
you know,
God.
this just reinforces like our like credo here is like drink what you like, not what you're told to, and also just like no matter how expensive it is, no matter how rare the bottle is, drink it. Don't let it collect dust. That's what it's made for. I'm sure Garrison Brothers, like Dan and Nancy Garrison, probably wouldn't want to see your Balmaria collecting dust on the top of your shelf at home. They want to see that bottle halfway empty and like 5 people sitting around a fire enjoying it.
Definitely.
And like this quote actually comes from my tour guide at Buffalo Trace.
Mm-hmm.
Drink expensive whiskey with friends, not by yourself.
Yep.
Whiskey's made to be shared and made to be spread and create joy throughout the people around you, not to be beholden and collected. And none of these, as much as this looks like a collection, it's not a collection. Everything's open. Everything's been shared. If you come to the house, you come in, I say pick a bottle and you drink it. There's no restrictions. There's no rules. You can have whatever you want. Mix whatever you want with it.
Same as mine.
Drink your whiskey how you want.
My collection's the same way. It's all opened. It's all consumed.
But at the end of the day, this is Garrison Brothers. We love Garrison Brothers.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.